going to keep it quite brief. There are quite a few speakers after me, but I think the reason today that we are outside the Tory party headquarters actually is quite important, not just because they're the party currently in government and they're currently the party that has failed to provide any sustained or appropriate level of funding for cycling safety and for safe infrastructure so people can ride bicycles in the UK without having to worry about HGVs or other motor traffic. But the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea has been controlled by the Conservative Party for decades. They have had a Conservative Party MP for decades. The leader of the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea himself said, I'll leave you with a quote from a recent report, and this is to do with the proposed cycle superhighway, which was meant to run along Kensington High Street. The Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea apparently are against plans for a segregated cycle superhighway along Kensington High Street because they see it as unnecessary and inappropriate. Now, to put things in perspective, at one end of Kensington High Street, that is very, very close to the site where Filippo Corsini lost his life. Had there been segregated cycling infrastructure, he would not have to be sharing road space with an HGV. Now, even the MP, the previous MP of Kensington and Chelsea, Sir Malcolm Rifkin, who's now no longer in post, himself commented back in 2012, a long-term paucity of proper cycling infrastructure has forced many cyclists onto busy roads, where they are bound to come in conflict with drivers of cars. So it's not as if Kensington and Chelsea, both their MP and their council, are unaware of the problems that they have. And right now, there are people who are going to be asking the question, why have Transport for London decided not to run a cycle superhighway along the Westway when the only other alternative is running through the London Borough of Kensington and Chelsea? So it is very appropriate that we're here. They haven't installed a single metre of segregated cycle lanes in their history. I'll leave you with that thought because, put simply, that's not going to bring back Henry Wilson, who lost his life on Fulham Road last week. It's not going to bring back Filippo Corsini, or the number of cyclists who have been seriously injured along Kensington High Street as well. That's why it's really important that if you are one of those people who works in that borough, who cycles in that borough, who lives in that borough, that you need to understand that it's about building spaces that are safe for people and not prioritising motor traffic. And that's why I am involved with Stop Killing Cyclists. I work very close to Fulham Road at both the Royal Marsden and the Royal Brompton hospitals. To put things in perspective by how motor dominated that area is, on certain parts of Fulham Road there aren't even pedestrian crossings. So if you want to cross the road, you just have to guess which direction the traffic is coming from and hope for the best. I'm going to leave it there because there are quite a few other people who want to speak, but I would also encourage you to get in contact with the leader of Kensington and Chelsea Borough Council and encourage him to support Cycle Superhighway 9 so that, you know, incidents like what happened to Henry Wilson and to Filippo Corsini and to a number of other people as well don't happen to people who, you know, are people's children, they are people's parents, they are family members, because the large number of these deaths are preventable.